Listen and understand, hodlers are out there, Sarah. They can't read a white paper. They can't code. They don't fear downturns or regulation. And they will absolutely not sell, ever, until they are wrecked.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an awesome day today. Now, we have a lot of green in the markets today. The majority of the cryptocurrencies are up. We have Ethereum up, Bitcoin up, pretty much all the altcoins doing quite well over the past few days. Now, you can see right here, Bitcoin is once again trying to push up, trying to break above the $16,000 level. And in today's video, I do have a critical update because we are coming to the top of the potential formation. If this is an asymmetrical triangle, we are looking for a breakout. This could happen within the next 24 hours, so we do have to keep our eyes on it. Now, in yesterday's video, I did go over a bullish and bearish scenario. It does look like we are trying to push to the upside, so in today's video, I want to talk about what we should expect from this move. It could potentially be a massive move. If we do end up breaking to the upside, you could see Bitcoin get all the way up to potentially even $18,000. I know that sounds crazy, but what I want to go over in this video is not just the bullish case. Yes, we know we could have a 30% pullback, but I want to go over some very important metrics. One that we haven't spoken about on the channel in quite some time that has over a 77% correlation with Bitcoin, and right now it is going absolutely wild, looking like demand for Bitcoin could skyrocket insane very soon. We could even hit a new all-time high sooner than we thought. So I want to discuss that. I also want to talk about the possibility of this post-halving cycle being very different than the last two that we had because of the fundamentals and because of what is happening right now. So it's almost like we really can't look at what happened in the past because we are really moving into uncharted territory. So lots of things to go over today. Also, the IRS is cracking down on Coinbase users. If you're out there using Coinbase, we'll go over the update, but do be safe. And with that being said, all of that in today's video, we're going to hop directly into the charts. If you are not subscribed, definitely consider it. And also do not forget that Bybit does have an amazing deal going on right now. If you guys use the link below, you can get up to $610 in bonuses depending on the amount that you deposit. If you are trading, well, the volatility is probably going to get crazy, so you're probably going to have a lot of opportunities for that up and coming. But having a look right here, you can see that we did break out of this major channel. We've had one retest so far, which I am sort of bullish on this. However, I would like to see a little bit more confirmation on this trend, maybe touch it a couple more times before having the blast off move. But as you can see right here, this is the third time we are pushing on the top of this resistance, and it looks like we do not have a lot of time until we get to the end of this pattern. Literally within the next 24 hours, we are going to have a major Bitcoin move. If we break out to the upside, we still have the horizontal resistance at around $15,800. If we do break through that, now we have to start looking at this legacy over here at around 16.3. So 16,300 is going to be an extreme level for Bitcoin. I mean, it literally would represent the highest resistance we've ever had on the CME futures chart since its inception. This is something a lot of traders are going to be paying attention to. Now, if we do get that rejection, I did say that we are potentially setting up an even bigger triangle, which in that case would actually stretch the Bitcoin price out sideways, sort of ranging between 14,000 and 15,800 potentially for the next month. But hey, that could be a great opportunity for accumulation, right? There also is always the chance of the 30% pullback. We could ultimately, and I just want to be realistic here because I don't want to, be all moon boy Lambo. Look, if you're new to cryptocurrency right now, you may feel like you missed the boat. You may be rushing in trying to buy all the Bitcoin right now. But keep in mind, we have had, a lot. We had an entire month, basically, of a pump. And you can see down here from the bottom to the top, Bitcoin has had a meteoric 51% rise in just the past month and few days. So if you're buying for the first time right now, you may get an opportunity. It may retest this trend line down here at around 13,002. That is a possibility. But yeah, at the end of the day, you shouldn't be, throwing all your money in any asset, right? Especially if you need to pay bills and put food on the table, right? I shouldn't have to tell you that, but just have to make that warning. But the thing I want to talk about right now is, like Mr. Anderson points out, historical daily closes above 85 on the RSI. There have never been intermediate tops put off an initial 85 close, nor has it ever had less than 3+ drives above 85, which usually means once we break this level, we are full on bull mode. Now, if you have a look down here, you can actually see that we've been rejected from this level once right here, another time right here, and just recently we had 2 attempts to break above 85 and we couldn't do it. Now, does this mean that we're setting up for that break above 85 and we're looking for the blast off? Or does this mean that honestly Bitcoin might potentially be a little bit overbought at this point and we are looking for a correction down to maybe this legacy trend line, right? That is the question, but I'm telling you, within the next 24 hours, we're having a big move. And then we'll probably have a better picture of where things are headed. Now, interestingly enough, based on on-chain analysis, we have currently 95% of hodlers being in profit. And what's interesting is actually they're still accumulating. In fact, according to Whale Maps right here, they suggest that Bitcoin accumulated above the $12,000 range is still mostly unspent, which means most people who bought Bitcoin above $12,000 are holding it. They've pulled it off exchange. It's in cold wallet and they're cold storage and they're not looking to sell this, right? In fact, having a look right here, if you bought Bitcoin literally, for the most part, anywhere in Bitcoin's history, you are up, with the exception of this little peak right here and, maybe just some price action that's been going on the past couple days. So literally everyone, basically everyone holding Bitcoin, you, me, everyone that's ever bought Bitcoin right now, for the most part, except for some people who bought in those 3 weeks back in 2017, are in profit. And the fact that we have not seen a major dump, I personally think there's going to be a big correction. I don't know when it's going to happen. It's very difficult to chart a parabolic run. And as you can see right here, there's not much more data on the charts to go off. We have a little bit of resistance around 16.3, a little bit in the 17K area, and then of course the $20,000 range. So your guess is as good as mine. But that being said, the fact that we haven't seen a major dump yet shows that there is a lot of strong hands, a lot of hodlers out there, and the people that want to be in Bitcoin are here to stay. Obviously you get those crazy FOMO retail buyers and they don't care about Bitcoin. They only care about making money. They only care about the price. They'll just buy at any price. They'll drive it up. And then when it starts to look dumpy, they just sell, right? They just sell because they're like, I'm scared. I don't want to lose my money, right? But the long-term hodlers, we are proving that we are putting in that solid foundation, right? Now, let's talk about the halving. This came out over here. There was some analysis done, and you could see that we've obviously only had two halvings literally to go off of. This is the third one. So we only have 2 examples to go by, but if you have a look at it, you could see that Bitcoin usually does explode post-halving. However, this time it does appear that it's outperforming even the early bull market of 2016. Now, you can see right here, they're basically saying that this is showing that Bitcoin could go even higher than we initially thought. We could actually go up to the $288,000 Bitcoin by the end of next year. Now, how could that happen, right? That's crazy. Isn't it a diminishing returns? Well, we have to take into consideration what is happening right now, what is going on with the world, with the perception of Bitcoin. It's not just the technicals right now. It's not just looking at the charts. I love to look at charts, but we have a global shift happening right now. Michael Saylor said he agrees with Anthony Pompliano that it is dangerous to think that gold and Bitcoin are similar and complementary investments. He says when the Bitcoin dragon emerges from its lair, the first thing it will eat is the kingdom of gold. And just look at all the billionaires that are getting behind Bitcoin. These are high net worth individuals. Some of them are dinosaurs. They've made their money in real estate and traditional stocks or whatever, and they are turning to Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. Stan Druckenmiller, I spoke about about him yesterday. Billionaire asset manager known for predicting the 2008 Great Recession. He's worth about $4 billion. He's buying Bitcoin. Paul Tudor Jones, he's a friend of Druckenmiller. He's also buying Bitcoin. He has about 2% of his portfolio. Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, he has been pioneering Bitcoin, right? He was the one that first did the little Bitcoin symbol when you do the hashtag. Square is buying Bitcoin. We have Abigail Johnson, the CEO of the world's largest asset manager, Fidelity Investments, heavily backing Bitcoin. Chamath Palihapitiya, a Canadian-American venture capitalist that once held about 5% of the Bitcoin supply with his associates, is also very, very bullish on Bitcoin. And let me show you something else that we need to pay attention to. And this is something that we haven't spoke about in a while, but Tether supply, right? So you may notice that Tether is now the number 3 cryptocurrency in the world. It has overtaken XRP for that spot. It's coming for Ethereum. Will it ever get to that level? Possibly. It is a potential. But interestingly enough, we need to go down here and have a look at the market cap. So if I just get rid of the price right here and the price based on Bitcoin, do you see what has been absolutely happening? Look at this. It's going insane. It's going buck wild. Literally, Tether is almost printing in a straight up pattern. So what does this mean? Well, I'll get into that in just a second because there was a research paper that showed correlation with Tether printing versus Bitcoin price. You also have the CTO of Tether saying that since September 15th, in just 2 months, they added as much as the entire number 2 largest stablecoin, now sitting at a $17.4 billion market cap. There were $2.4 billion added just in the last 2 months. And let's look at this report that came out last year. There were several individuals that had done some analysis on Tether printing versus Bitcoin supply, Bitcoin price. And you can see right here, now, there was some conspiracy that, Tether was being printed like thin air. There wasn't anything backing it, and that was pumping Bitcoin. Although the irony of Tether not being backed by real dollars is that real dollars aren't backed by anything either way. But that conspiracy theory is for another day. If you want to watch my video on that, you can Google Black Swan event CryptoZombie. It was a popular video I did where I talked about if Tether was to collapse and all this other stuff that you can get into that conspiracy world. But today I just want to talk about the data. And they have this table that gives a summary of the amount printed over the years and the times that Bitcoin has been correlated with Tether's issuance. And look at this. In 2017, we had 1.4 billion printed, and we had total observation 16, and the number of times it was correlated was 8 out of 16, which is 50%, right? Then we had even more correlation in 2018, 11 out of 15, and in 2019, 7 out of 9. In fact, just looking at the major rally in 2017, just from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, you can actually see that the data from this period shows that Tether's increase in market cap was strongly correlated with the price of Bitcoin. Tether's printing was followed by a rise in Bitcoin corresponding. The price rose 50% of the time. An average of 65% rise in Bitcoin price was recorded. The highest recorded was 108% increase from $3,700 to $6,000. And the interesting thing is you may be saying to yourself, well, maybe this only happens during bull runs. This doesn't actually happen during bear markets either. Well, it actually corresponds in 2018 during the terrible bear year that we had, which was the ultimate bust cycle for Bitcoin. So it was actually its highest. Over 15 instances, Bitcoin price rose 11 times, about 73.33% of the time when Tether was printed. And you can see that Tether printing right now is going absolutely buck wild. So does this mean that we're not going to see a price correction? I've been saying we're due. We are due for a correction. It is coming. I don't think... Maybe I've just been ruined by the bear market. I've been scarred, but I just don't see us, and I'm a Bitcoin bull, but I don't see us breaking 20K before having that correction. But I could see us touching some of those critical resistances, even going up to the $17,000 level before having that pullback, right? But I just wanted to mention that, and I do honestly think that we are going to see something within the next 24 hours. We're either going to have a major breakout to the upside, or I think we're going to retest the bottom, and then that would put us in this, giant asymmetrical triangle, and then I think we could probably continue for some more consolidation. But either way, that move is happening in the next 24 hours. So act accordingly, my friends. Act accordingly. Now, if you were using Ethereum this morning, you may have noticed that it's taking a little bit longer than usual. no matter how much I put the gas price up, it was taking on average about 4 minutes to do a transaction. Usually takes like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So Larry Cermak, he pointed out that it appears that Infura is having an outage, which caused some pretty big delay in price feeds, and some exchanges are delaying withdrawals of ETH and ERC20 tokens. Apparently, there was also a chain split that was unexpected, and some of the nodes didn't switch over. From what I gather, everything is fine, nothing to be alarmed about, but it does look like Ethereum could be having a little bit of hiccups today. Now, on another topic, Whale Panda, you guys may be familiar with him over on Twitter, he actually believes that there is a stumbling block that, if it grows, could actually push developers to postpone the launch of Ethereum 2.0 Phase 0. So despite a short period remaining before the 2.0 launch on December 1st, the necessary amount of ETH in the deposit contract has not hit its level that it needs to hit. Only about 10% is there. The remaining 90% will have to be set within the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, it's likely to be postponed. Now, keep in mind, to participate in ETH 2.0, you need to send a minimum of 32 ETH, which is around $15,000. So if you were looking to, stake on Ethereum, it probably would have been a good idea to accumulate when it was a lot lower. But yeah, so that could be an issue. I also want to point out some positives over at Venezuela. Now, we know that they have been interested in Bitcoin. We've seen some of the citizens using Bitcoin. However, now they have announced that it will include cryptocurrencies, such as the government, by the way, in their Patriot's cryptocurrency remittance platform. So yeah, I mean, even though they've been doing this anyway, now it's official. So now that's a lot better. And also, just for my friends out there who think they're going to be clever and not report their crypto holdings, if you're holding it on Coinbase, it does look like they are having a crackdown on, they're kind of checking records. So evaders can end up facing serious civil and criminal trouble down the road. If you have failed to report your holdings or other virtual currencies on your past returns, or filed an incomplete or misleading picture of your crypto holdings, the time to act is now. Once an audit or criminal tax investigation has begun, it will be too late to amend your returns or take advantage of a voluntary disclosure program. So obviously, guys, pay your taxes. I'm not going to tell you not to do that. Be safe out there. But like I said, we are looking for a big move. Bitcoin has been testing to the upside 3 times. You could take this as a bearish signal. It could be looking for a rejection. But I just want to let you know, we're looking for the breakout. We've had a lot to the upside. Do I honestly think that we are going to break out to the upside again? I have been quite surprised by how bullish the charts have been. I would have assumed that we would have taken a pullback at that. We would have had a correction already. So I'm already anticipating that. Could we go higher? Yes. We could go to like the 16, 2, or 3 level, right? That I showed you over here, which is this purple line, before having a retest down here, to retest the previous resistance. So we could go a little bit more. We do have another $500 or so. However, if we do break above that level and hold above that level, then we're going a lot higher. We're probably going into the $17,000, $18,000 range, and I don't know. Things are going to get absolutely crazy. So be safe out there. But hey, be glad that you were able to buy Bitcoin, with all these other people, in these levels. You've had a lot of time to accumulate, and pretty much anyone watching this video, if you're not up on Bitcoin, I don't know how that's even possible. That's crazy. You pretty much have to be up at this point. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. Yeah, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be a pretty crazy day for the Bitcoin price. Thank you for coming back. My name's K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.